Hi, y'all. Today I'll be talking about my recording over the Midnight Snack. This is a short film made by me. The title, I chose to make it like this because it'll signify the time and how late it was in recording. The time of recording, all this was done in one night, and it was around 12 a.m. to 4 a.m. So I spent a lot of time on this over the night. And here's the first scene, which was the title cards. Um, that was just me, showing you where it's being filmed, my house. I'll show you several shots of the house and scenes that you're going to be introduced to. This is just the transaction scene to my room, to my kitchen. This is the main kitchen. This is where all the recording and all the filming will be. Um, yeah. Here's me on the corner over there. I want you to pay attention to a little bit of the details over there. There were drink cans over there on the right side, the McDonald's cup and the can cup thing. That signifies that I was just, very late night. I've been out all day. I kind of been sitting on this chair, and I have a ton of work over there piled up right below it. That's just like how busy I was and what I did. This scene is just to signify what time it was of the filming and preparing. Me thinking about this scene is about me thinking about what to eat for this midnight snack. I go and search it up. Throughout the whole film, you're gonna hear these kinds of audio cues that are mainly focused on the audio, nothing much. That's to give the ASMR effect. I wanted to try and give that, but I don't know if it works perfectly. If you're not wearing headphones and listening to this. Uh, this Google search time. This is just me making sure you guys understand what I'm going to be working with. This is just to get the perfect eggs, what kind of eggs, sunny side up eggs I was looking for, and then me transitioning from the bedroom to the kitchen is being shown here. If you notice that my shirt is blue, that signifies that this is a dream, and it will be changing colors when I wake up, so that you guys can tell whether or not it's different from what I just dreamed or real life. This is just a quick pan zoom into the kitchen, into the fridge, I mean, and here are the eggs. The eggs will be taken out and shown. I'm gonna be taking out margarine and butter with it as well. I grab a pan out of the sink because it's just clean. And it's just drying off. This part here is just for an ASMR effect and a visual effect so that you guys could get oh, that looks nice. Here I place the butter down normally, oh, I know what I'm gonna do and I know how I'm gonna do it. So, there's not really much regard to what I'm gonna do with this butter. So I just spread it evenly, let it sit and melt over on the pan over medium heat. Here is me taking out the eggs. A first look at the eggs. These are white eggs. These for the symbolism here, it'll mean uniform, perfect, everything is the same. Later in the film, it'll be changed to a different color, like brown eggs. That'll be changed to signify that it's everything can be different, but I'll explain that deeper later. Um, Around here, this is just the process of making eggs. I want everyone to get used to this process. Oh, I'm just gonna crack an egg in there. I'm gonna salt it with salt and pepper. Then I'm gonna do something very special. I'm gonna cover it with a pan that I grabbed out of pantry. It'll signify on oh, it's gonna look like this when I put it in, but when I take it out, it's gonna look completely different. It'll help me record better so that I can, change it up, while it's being cooked in the pan. As you can see here, this is the first mistake I ever made. This is the eggshell in the yolk. I couldn't it was really hard to film this part actually because I have to zoom in. So I was using both hands. Here's me reacting to it. I was just eyes open. Wow, did I really just mess that up? I can't believe it. It's shock and awe in a way. And then I'm gonna transfer this to a plate. This plate right here. This is called the. I made it. I chose this plate to highlight, oh, this is the failure plate. This is where all the failures go. Another process, this scene right here, the cleaning scene process, it's gonna be like a uniformity kind of thing. Like you're gonna get used to this like once or twice, and it's gonna happen in between takes. It's like the gutter effect kind of thing, where you're gonna like interpret what's inside, what's going on between the scenes, and then you're gonna see what happens. I placed the pan more, and then I placed the eggs a lot more quickly because, come on, I already know this, and I didn't mess up this part, and I know it. I didn't mess up this part, so I might as well do this like quickly so I can get my egg faster. As it's melted, I go through the process of everything again. I cover up the plate. Um, Here it is. I take it to reveal. I put that down a little more angrily to show more shock, and I rest my hands on it. I will zoom in on what it is, and it is, uh-oh, the yolk is cracked. And that means the yolk is everywhere. I close it to my reaction here. It's a lot more stressed out, like, wow. I can't believe it. Put it on the failure plate. Gonna go through the cleaning process again. Right here. Kind of zoom that part. I put this a lot more quickly and down faster, like harder. And I look the way I'm spreading this butter looks kind of angry. I wanted to signify that I'm going through anger with these emotions. Then I'm gonna go through the whole process zoomed up and sped up because like you don't want to see a repeat of what just happened like twice. It's kind of messed up. Here the egg looks totally different, like destroyed. Like how is this even possible? You could hear me in the background going, "What the heck, man? What the fudge?" And then my reaction, it's definitely angry. I'm like, "Oh my god, how is this possible?" I yell into the cabinet because that's what I don't know, yelling people do. Okay, this here I put the pan down with anger there, and then here's the third or fourth stage. This is a bargaining stage where I'm bargaining with Egg Jesus to please get the perfect eggs because those eggs over there, they're imperfect, therefore he does not want to eat them. I wouldn't want to eat those eggs personally, but I did after filming. I'm ashamed to say that I enjoyed it. Here it is, going through the process. I didn't even show cracking the egg because, like, save time and covering it with a plate. And now I changed it to something that's not even eggs. I want to show, like, at this point, I'm just like, what the heck? How is this even possible?
How?
Yep, there you go. How? Yep. Then,
Huh?
there you go. I was just in confusion, like, wow, oh my god. And then, the second to last one, this is a egg that I like doing the most because it was pretty funny. Just doing the whole process, cleaning it up, and it came out as an omelet.
Omelet? Are you serious?
My reaction to the omelet, I thought that was pretty funny. This scene, this is like the breakdown scene where I really come down as a character. I'm like, and what I want, it's like I'm thinking, how could I mess up something so simple to make? How is this even possible, man? Look at all those tries.
Instead of every other egg.
Yep, every other egg, an omelet, bacon, uh, an all the way cooked egg. Then I get like super depressed. This was like the depression stage of my process of making the perfect eggs, and during which I start crying because there is no eggs in the carton. And I wasted up all the eggs, and I'll wake up from the dream. It was all a dream. If you notice here in the scene, my shirt is red. That means it's different. This is gonna be different, because that was just a dream, and this is reality. It turns out I was actually asleep, and I was just awake. So I'm like, huh, that dream made me hungry. I'm gonna go make an egg, or some breakfast. Technically a midnight snack, but I just called it breakfast for now, for sakes. So going through the same process to show repeat and process. Put the pan down, turn it on. Pretty like chill, whatever. Just leave on the pan. Let the butter melt by itself. Let it do its thing. Here you can notice that there's a change. That there's brown eggs instead. I want this to signify that this is different and not everything is the same. Nothing can be perfect. Like it's pretty hard to make things perfect. So uh, it'll show difference between white eggs and brown eggs. I think that really has good symbolism during the film. During the process of making this egg, though, I made multiple mistakes as in dropping that half egg shell. You notice on the bottom that there was an eggshell over there. I'm going to take that out, and I'm just like, whatever, it's just an eggshell. I can take it out because it already happened. Like, what else can I do to not take it out other than just take it out? I cover it with a pan. Nothing happens because this is reality, and it stays like this. So I was like pretty satisfied with it, even though like I messed it up. But I'm like, whatever. This is the final stage of it. This is the final stage of my process. This is the acceptance where I know I made mistakes, but what am I gonna do? I'll just work with it. So I make the rest of my breakfast. This whole process was just the breakfast making process. You know, I wanted bread, bacon, eggs, water. Here's the setting table where I'm gonna place the perfect eggs, or my version of the perfect eggs, down on the table and enjoy. This is just a cutaway scene to say that this is the end. You can notice over there that on the top, my imperfect eggs are shown with my perfect, somewhat perfect eggs. I wanted that to show the contrast between every egg versus what you can just make, and nothing has to be the perfect or it really has to be anything other than just an egg. This is just an egg. That's what I wanted to make. Nothing has to be perfect, and everything can just be the way it wants to be. So yeah, thank you for watching.